All right, good morning YouTube. It's Nick with NK Landscaping again as usual. Today we got something quick and easy. This is a property we've worked at a few times. We built a beautiful patio out back. I will take you for a walk there later. But today, well, we've done more than that, but that's one of the major things here. Right in front of us, you'll see this nice statue, and you'll see this marked out paint spot. On the other side of the driveway, there's a matching statue. So what we're gonna do is under these statues, we have leftover unilock here at this house from the patio project. We are going to put a little, I don't know if it was a 3x4 or 4x5 patio using our leftover bricks. Just something to put this on as a base. So we're gonna get the machine unloaded here. We got gravel. Once we get that unloaded, we'll back the truck up, we'll set a string line, we're gonna match the distance and square for these two, and we're gonna install two little patios. Something super simple. I got curtain fits here with me today, construction trailer, and we got all of our materials, so this should be a quick install. So let me get the BX unloaded here, we'll get moving. All right, let's talk about layout here. So the owners marked out this spot, that initial kind of out of square. So to confirm, I called the owner and we talked about how we wanted to get everything set up. So basically what they wanted was the front edge to be this side right here to be equidistant off of this common shared driveway. So in that case, Kurt, do you remember the measurement off of the driveway, common driveway?
9 feet here, 7 feet this way.
Yeah, 9. So we're 9. The front face of this little patio is going to be 9 feet off of the common driveway on both sides. So it's square to the common driveway. And then we're going to space the center of this leftmost edge 7 foot off of that same center point of the driveway. Same with this one, so 9 foot off of the common driveway. In the center, 7 feet off of the main driveway. So we have our string lines laid out for that. Fitz and Kurt are both just edging that out real quick, so we have a nice clean edge to work with. We're gonna take the BX here, we're gonna get this grass out of here, and then we'll take our excavated material and put it on these tarps as a little bit of backfill, and whatever we don't use, we'll just get dumped in the back. So let's load up some of this grass in the BX. Get this initial grass layer out of here. So as Kurt likes to say, we're gonna use the power shovel to strip this grass out of here. I'll get it in a pile and then we can hand load it into the front loader to dispose of it in the back. now we'll just haul away this grass just to get it out of the way. It is of no use to us. We want clean material for backfill, not grass. So let's get this loaded out real quick, and then we can come back and actually start the excavation. So Fitz is getting the laser level set up. We're just gonna put it in a central location. Now, these two are gonna be at different heights. We're just setting up the laser level here because it's in the middle. We don't have to move it. It gets set up once and it's ready to go. So you can see in the video, we got all the grass pulled out of here. So now we have a nice fresh base to work with. We're gonna excavate our 6 inches. I'm probably gonna set the laser level right in the middle so that we're not, you know, digging, because the ground slopes up. You can't see it on camera, but there's a little bit of a slope upwards. So we'll set the laser right in the middle so that the front isn't going to be above grade and that the rear isn't going to be too far below grade. So we'll do that for both of these. We'll get our material excavated out. We'll get through this topsoil layer. All that excavated material will go on the tarps just to preserve the lawn underneath, get everything compacted. And then today we're doing things a little bit different. Normally our paver base starts with 6 inches of a 3/4 inch clear gravel, and we top it with a 1/4 inch clear gravel. In this case, we're bringing one material, and that's just the 1/4 inch. We will compact the 1/4 inch layer right before we get to our leveling height, just to get everything packed in. But instead of hauling 2 different gravels, this is a quick budget job. No one's going to be walking on this. No one's going to be driving on it. It's just here for looks and to support these statues. So no need to go overkill. Just adds a bunch of extra cost and time to a job that, you know, doesn't need it. So we'll get this laser level set up for grade. We'll start digging these, and I'll bring you back in a second. So I've set the laser level to right in the center here. That was my 0 mark. And now I've dropped the laser level stick 6 inches. So that will give us a 6 inch excavation depth. And let's get moving. Kurt, would you like to be my laser man?
Sure.
My grade guy? Let's dig. All right, we've got that dug out to grade. The guys are just getting it raked out nice and level. This is where I miss having my gripper on my steel wrist. I need a chain to lift my plate compactor. First world problems, I guess. So once they get that evenly raked out, we'll pack it in, and then we can move on to the second one. It's just rinse and repeat, do the same thing. Alright, we do a quick run around with the plate compactor, get all that packed in. The ground is a little wet here, so we don't want to overdo it because it'll cause pumping. That'll bring all that moisture to the surface, and then we'll end up with a kind of wet, soupy hole. So just enough to get that ground packed in, and that's it. You can see he's kind of struggling with it because it just wants to stick to that kind of moist ground. But you still want to get a decent amount of compaction. So in this case, like I said, since we're just putting these statues on here and it's not taking any traffic, we don't have to go crazy, but you still want to compact the base. We have a nice compact base. We're gonna move over to this second one, reset the laser, and go to work here. Do the same exact thing. I probably won't film it because you've already seen it. I made a mistake. So I told you we're gonna dig down 6 inches for a 6-inch paver base of 1/4 inch gravel. Well, slipped my small nugget brain. Pavers are 2 3/8 inches thick, so we need to add an additional 2 3/8 inch of depth. So our total dig depth will be 8 3/8 inches, not 6 inches. I went to go set up for our first course of 1/4 inch here, and I'm like, what's going on? It's almost level. So reconvene. We're gonna redig it. It's not too bad. It's only got to go down another 2 3/8 inches, but we got them both dug. So I'm gonna reset the laser level. We'll take a slight bit more out of here, both of them, and then we can recompact, redo all that we just did, and add gravel. So I'm making rookie mistakes here. Gotta get back in the game. All right, just wanted to show you guys that. Let's get back to it. All right, so we redug both of these. Like I said, my mistake. We're gonna get 4 inches of the 1/4 inch gravel in there and then compact that layer. So we have our 1/4 inch in there, 4 inch thickness, and then we ran the plate compactor over to compact it. Now, I know there's people out there that are gonna tell me that you cannot compact clear gravel. It's true, you cannot compact it so much. You can only settle the airspace out of it. But we just like to use the term compact because it's easy, and that's a plate compactor. Anyway, we're laying out our grade rods. I set this to the top of grade rod so we can get those perfectly leveled. We will get our 1/4 inch screeded in place, and then we'll have a perfectly level paver base ready for pavers. Then we just have to relay our strings real quick, make sure everything's square, and start laying pavers. So the hard part is done now. So got a little bit of extra gravel left. We should be right on the money. And Fitz is assembling his screed rod. So we got our screed rods leveled on both ends, both rods. So now we're just gonna fill in the center. And as we do that, Fitz will get this raked out to perfectly level. Fitz, I actually think that the tool you're using might be a little wide. Yeah, okay, it'll be fine. So we can get another scoop of gravel. I'll dump the rest of this in there. We'll get that perfectly laid out, and then we can move on to the other one, and it's just rinse and repeat. We have 2 perfectly level pads now. We ended up with just a smidge of extra stone. That worked out perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and dump the rest of that in the back of the dump truck, and then we're gonna go in the back. We'll grab these pavers, and then we can start assembling this. I guess that lion's wearing a bobcat hat. Looks pretty good. Fashionable. All right, well, we're back there. I'll show you the patio too. It's one of my favorites. Nice and simple. So we're back here. This is all that was left over from the patio build. So this is Unilock Beacon Hill. This is not the max size, so this was before they upped the size a little bigger. And then the border stone was Copthorn in the gray. So let me show you what we did. So this was the first ever patio that we did using the clear gravel open graded base. So that's the 3/4 inch stone with the 1/4 inch topper. We did the Beacon Hill, the Brussels block square fire pit. So you can see that Copthorn looks really nice. So this was before we started using perma edge. So this is still plastic edging, which we've gone away from now. But no settling on this, not even a little bit. And I think it's 3 years old. So they wanted simple, they wanted good looking, and they wanted something that they could sit and enjoy. So we did this, and then we came back a year later and did this area. Same deal. Copthorn edging with that Steel Mountain Beacon Hill. We lifted up the AC compressor, went right under it with pavers, just to clean this area up. So when we did this, we also cut the blocks so he could put in, so the client's actually an electrician, so he put in this post. It's got a light and a plug on it. Fire pit came out great. So this is the, like I said, the Brussels block. So this is a brick fire pit, and then on the inside, right under that top coping layer, there's a steel insert, and then we have this steel top. So you can see, and then it has on that right side that little post. You can put like a grill. But yeah, I'm walking into things here, but this is a super fun one. This is like one of our portfolio patios, just because it is so simple, and when you go simple like this, it makes it really affordable. And that's kind of what we're about. Both me and Kurt don't love these massive patio installations. There's other companies that specialize in that. That's not what we like to do. We've done the pool patios, and it's a lot of work, and we're not set up properly for that. Simple, budget friendly, easy to install patios are what we like to do. So that's what we're kind of doing in the front there. There's those 2 paver pads. So Kurt calculated exactly what we need for pavers, and it fits all in one bucket of the BX. So we'll be able to get both of those pads done using just that. We're not doing any Copthorn edging. There's just not enough left over. It would look great, but it doesn't make any sense. This is going to be a 0 cut patio installation. Our favorite. So let's get this out front. Fitz is cleaning up the rest of the tools. You got a nice view of the cool patio we built. Let's go recreate it, just mini. All right, we're gonna do this no cuts in no time at all.
This is still 4 feet wide, so you want to be 6 inches in. And this is 6 feet wide. We're going to 56. So you want to be 6 inches off here and 8 inches off.
Put it back so I can put it where it goes.
You want to be 8 inches off.
Get the little hammer. You didn't put that away. Fitz, did you put away a little hammer?
Nope, it's right there in the grass.
Thank you. Big Johnny. What's going on there?
No,
I know you have a backpack. Out.
Well, I thought we did this line.
Yeah.
Check the 6 inches.
Square. Got them in there tight, huh?
Two little turns.
Like this? Or like... Okay.
Then we go to Johnny. This. Where, Jackson?
On the end?
Right here. How big is it going towards the road? Right here.
That easy.
Are we happy with the grade?
So I've got Fitz mixing up some perma edge over there. We're gonna get that other side perma edged. We'll build this out real quick. Then we can compact, poly, all that good stuff. About to get our perma edge mixed up here. 1 bucket of perma edge. If you measure 3 inches off the bottom, make a line with a Sharpie. It's exactly how much water you need. Quick tip. So we'll get this mixed up, and that should be enough to maybe do both of them. We'll see. Nice mixed up perma edge. Gonna lay that down on the edge. It's a little different with the 1/4 inch only, because you'll peel back the 1/4 inch to get to your 3/4. We don't have 3/4, so we're not going to peel back the 1/4 inch. We're just going to get this in place, get it spread out. perma is installed on both sides. I know a lot of people think that you want to fill that edge up all the way. Perma Edge recommends filling like a third of the paver. There's no need to do any more. They don't want you to waste the product, and they want you to go out I think 4 inches is a good number. Usually the size of like a mag float. So now we're gonna poly, and then we can I don't think we're gonna hit it with the plate compactor. We're gonna use the hand tamper. This is such a small area, and since we do just have the rubber pad for the paver compactor, I don't want it to shift these blocks out right now. Since we're gonna be in such a confined area, we're gonna be spinning around. It's gonna wanna put a lot of outward force on those pavers. When you have a whole install, you have a lot of pavers to resist that push out. Or if you had a roller compactor, you wouldn't have any problems, but we don't in this case. So hand compaction should be more than enough. We got a good compact base, and all we need to do is settle that poly sand in there and settle those pavers down just a smidge into that 1/4 inch base. And then comes the fun part of trying to get these guys on there. They are a lot heavier than they look. So poly, we're using gray Evolution brand poly sand. We've been using Evolution or whatever you want to call it for a long time. Good product. We really don't have many complaints with it. It works really well. As I said, for compacting, just gonna use the hand tamp with the rubber pad underneath it just to not mar up the top of the pavers. Fitz is over there cleaning up all the tools from the perma edge. It's like concrete, so you want to clean it off your tools quickly. Doesn't take a whole lot of poly sand to do a small patio install like this, so Kurt will get the majority of that screeded in there, raked in there, swept in there, whatever you want to call it. I'll pack it, and then we'll water it in to set it. We'll probably set these before we backfill with dirt. Give you a quick little install here. So this paver pad is packed. Kurt just did that final application. Yep, get the water. So I'm just gonna blow that light haze off the top. Now Fitz will hit it with the hose. So one thing that we learned, this is not normal for most poly sand. Most poly sand you don't want to soak. The Evolution guy, we talked to him at that Northeast Hardscape Expo. He said get it wet. He said get it wet, and then before you're done, just hit it with the blower to get rid of the puddling. So I still like to do it in stages. I don't like to puddle it all at once because I don't know, I feel like that's still a little weird, but he said get it wet. You want to see that white foam. You want to make sure you get a good soak to the base. Like I said, for most standard poly sand, that's a no-no, but the Evolution, we heard it straight from the rep. So like I said, these guys are really heavy. So one sec. So we'll center those up in a minute. Just need to get them on their new pedestals. They're looking big and proud now. So once we get these backfilled, I think it'll look real nice. So give me a minute and we'll get right to that. Alright, so we're throwing the finishing touches on everything. But aside from that, we're really done. Seed and straw just went down. Everything got blown off. Kurt, the roads just got to get blown off a little bit. A little dirt over here. Look at that. So 2 mini Beacon Hill pedestals for the ye old lions here. So the goal was, I set the laser level in the middle of the grade here. So the front was just a smidge high, back filled with a little extra dirt. And the back is a smidge low. I ended up driving the machine around all 4 corners to compress everything in place. The ground here is really soft, so I was able to squish that ground down to make it look like it's meant to be there. So filled in. That's where the line was before, so it got moved forward solid 8 feet. Well, it looks good. You know, the lines aren't my style, but hey, we can sure as heck build pedestals for them. So that should just about wrap everything up. The machine is loaded. I ended up, all that soil that we pulled out, instead of just dumping it in the backyard here, the majority of it was really good topsoil, so it's not too contaminated with rocks or sticks or twigs or anything. So we're bringing that home. And of course, I'm going to run the Rotostar through it, and we'll end up bringing that topsoil onto other jobs when we need small amounts of stuff. So, can't complain. Job well done. Alright guys, I want to thank you for watching, even on these smaller jobs, but like I said, it's just part of what we do. You know, we do a lot of different things. So, we're off to another one. This is kind of like a half-day job. It ran a little over a half day, but on to the next one. So thank you again for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me if you like seeing this kind of stuff, how you would have done it different. Would you have done it at all? Or don't do that. It's up to you. So as usual, thanks again. I'll see you on the next one. Bye guys.